Hello everyone, hope you're all well. I've come in with my coffee. I'm having a late one today because I got up late. What's it called? Herkel-derkling. Apparently it's a Scottish word for having a lie-in. Herkel-derkling. Which is sort of like a bit of a lazy morning. Oh, I don't want that. I've got print on my printing, but I don't think it'll come up. Right, let me just check. Yeah, it's fine, I think. Right, so back to this. So I thought I'd do a little bit more slow stitch. I found this lovely peach colour. You can't really see it from there, but this colour here. And I thought I would do a little bit of, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of this as well, but I'm going to do a different stitch. So I'm just wondering, I might start here, or I might just where it will have the most impact, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna start here, and oh yeah, I have to remember not to go through all the way through. So in fact what I'll do is I'll just do it like this. So I hope everybody's well. My niece Ellie, who I've mentioned before, it was her 21st birthday yesterday, so we had a little bit of a party. Ellie's fiance, they got engaged in the summer, and he's a lovely person. His name is Tully, and his parents are also really lovely people. So and they are very close to Ellie as well, and they put on a little party for her last night, so it was really lovely. And then she's going away with her mum, my sister, tomorrow for a surprise birthday. And then she and I are going to do some shopping. We both want to do a little bit of shopping for the house, sort of like autumny winter shopping, and so we're going to do that and have a day out together and have lunch out. So we'll be doing that probably next week sometime. But yeah, it's so it's sort of like a big celebration for her. I mean, she didn't have an engagement party, which was a bit of a surprise, but they got engaged while they were away in when they had their summer tour of Europe. I'll just check here. So yeah, it wasn't I don't think they were going to have a party as such, but it was only a little party last night, but it was nice. It was nice and cozy, and as I said, they're lovely people, so it was a really nice evening. That might be a problem, but I'm thinking to actually put a edging around there, seam binding or something like that. I don't usually, but I think I've done it once before, but I think I will in this case. Yeah, I don't like that little bit sticking up there, but I'm not. Yeah, I definitely have to put something around it, otherwise it's going to look messy, and I don't want, especially if I give it away as a gift, I don't want a messy. So I'm going in the opposite direction. You know, I don't do anything too adventurous, but I will do some more different types of stitches on this one because I want it to be quite decorative. I know it's very decorative in terms of that's just my boiler in the background, by the way. Yes, I have my heating on. It's very cold. It's a very old house. It's not well insulated at all. In fact, it's not insulated. The walls are quite thick, and there is no loft as such. It's you can't get into any sort of loft. There's a tiny hole, crawl hole, I think, but even that wouldn't be big enough, I don't think, to crawl into. Maybe, but anyway, it's really tiny. So yeah, you know, it gets really cold. It's just the you know, the one of the things about living in an old cottage is but you know, the heating warms the place up very well. So and I put it on when I woke up at 6 this morning, and I didn't, was it 6? I think it was 6 when I woke up, when Bobby woke me up to be fed, and then I went back to bed. I'm rambling a bit this morning, aren't I? I don't know why. So yeah, I think as I mentioned yesterday, I think I was a bit off yesterday, and my stitching was all over the place, and I couldn't understand why, but you know, it doesn't matter about these things really, because it's slow stitch. It's just meant to be, however which way you're feeling is how your sewing is going to go, I guess that's, you know, so if you're mindful of that and you're aware of it, and there's nothing much you can do about it, then the point is the slow stitch will hopefully help you to relax. So let's see. I'll try and relax. Well, I am relaxed actually. I'm just rambling relaxed. So it's definitely been a year for celebrations in the family this year. Engagements and birthdays and what have you, and special birthdays, I mean. Right, I'll just end off here, but I'm going to do back stitch to try and capture the edge of this. And as I said, I'm being very mindful not to go into here. In fact, I can pull these stitches out, so I should do that really. Right, I'll just end off. It's barely, I don't know if you can see, it's not really very much. It's quite light in colour. It's a light colour, but it goes well with these colours, I think. In fact, yeah, it does beautiful with these colours. So I maybe could have used 3 or 4 strands. I'm just threading my needle. Yeah, well, put a little knot. Okay. I'm going to go from here. Seems like a waste though. I'm just wondering. Yeah, I'll go from here. Too close there. And then I can cut that bit off. And of course, once I've done this, and you know, the fun bit will be as well to decorate, you know, do the inside, put little pockets and things in, and decorate it a little bit, put some little sewing bits in. You know, it's interesting, yesterday I was on Facebook Marketplace, and I wasn't looking for anything in particular, but of course when you've searched things in the past, actually I'm not sure if that's true on Marketplace, but anyway, so I was looking at vintage, put it that way, and there was a couple of sewing boxes, vintage sewing boxes with their contents inside, and you know, I wasn't interested in buying them. I've got enough at the moment, although I'm going to buy some more threads, but I'll probably get those because I want specific colours. I'll probably get those from new, but anyway, so and it just occurred to me, these were sort of, my feeling is that these boxes, because they're vintage, are probably coming from a family who's somebody has passed away from, maybe a mum, a grandmum, an aunt, somebody like that. And then I thought, it's just how sad that, because we know, I mean, I don't know if it's the same with you, being a sewer and having your little toolbox of things. For example, we have these little sewing boxes and all sorts of little places where we put things, and I just thought to myself, that is so personal. It's such a personal thing, your sewing kit. And I know that not everybody wants them nowadays, not everybody's into sewing, so why would they? But if my mum's sewing box was left behind, then I would keep it. I wouldn't be able to part with it, because it's part of her, part of who she was and what she did. For example, her knitting needles. My mum was a sewer in her younger years, but in her later years she wasn't, because her eyesight, and she just didn't want to do it anymore. But she carried on knitting, and so for me, her knitting needles were more sort of part of the things that I wanted to keep of hers, because they meant something. She touched them every day, so they were part of her. So, but yeah, and I just thought how sad that, I mean, and then it got me to thinking, well, what else are you going to do with it? Is it going to sit in somebody's cupboard somewhere, or is somebody else going to get the use out of it? And if somebody's buying a vintage sewing kit, then it's likely that they're going to treasure it. So there's swings and roundabouts, but yeah, I don't know why that sort of, I just thought, that somebody's treasured that, and it's their very personal workbox, toolbox of goodies. And if I saw one that I liked, I would snap it up. But I wasn't looking for one at the time, but if I was looking for one, I would snap it up, with all that lovely history in it, and threads and things. So I'm not saying people shouldn't. I just thought it just felt a bit sad when I saw them. I was so, well, not sad, just reflecting that it belonged to somebody who treasured it, and no doubt, because one of them was really messy, and I thought, well, they're either a messy person or it got messy in the sort of transition for wherever it went. So okay, well, I like that so far. I think that's quite nice. I think I probably will continue down here. I'll leave that there. I don't think I'll go anywhere, so I'll probably just carry on going across here and just, there we are. right? There was one little bit left there. Yeah, quite thin, these little threads. Maybe 3 would have been better. Whoops, oh dear. Just threading my needle. Have a sip of coffee. It's late in the day for a coffee for me, really, but not going to make any difference, I don't think. I don't sleep anyway. Hence me having a lie-in this morning. Terrible. But that doesn't help either. Although it doesn't make any difference to me, if I'm honest. You know, and I know that maybe to some people that wouldn't make sense, but yeah, it doesn't make any difference to me if I lie in or not. You know, if I'm not lying in, I still can't sleep. If I lie in, I'm tired and I get like dozy, but and that, you know, and I might doze off, but I don't sleep deeply, so I wake up, or I just don't fall asleep at all. Even though I'm tired, my eyes are tired. But yeah, it's one of those things. Lots of us, and there's nothing on my mind. It's not like the only potential the only potential problem is that I have really awful tinnitus, and it's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. I'm seeing someone about it. I mean, I have had scans and things. They scan, I don't know about anywhere else, but in the UK they scan you when you have tinnitus, just to make sure that they do a brain scan, just to make sure nothing's going on in the brain behind the ear and what have you, so there's no damage or anything that's causing it. They want to know it's not being caused by anything. Because as we know, or some people might not know, but tinnitus, there isn't really, there generally isn't a cause for it. It's more commonly, they can't find a cause, it's in the head. It's just a sort of I don't want to say psychological, but you can hear sounds that I don't know how to describe it. You can hear sounds, but they're not really physical sounds, if that makes sense. They're in your head, they're in your space, but they're not, if nobody else would be able to hear them, and not a real physical sound, if that makes sense. But for, you know, I mean, I'm pretty bad, really bad, but other people are a lot worse than me. So, and that's shocking, because I can't think how, you know, I hear people's stories, and yeah, they have a really bad time of it. I sort of accept it, I guess. Right, I don't know what I want to do there, because I don't like that. I don't know whether to stitch it or not. I'm not sure stitching it is going to make any difference, is it? I'd have to come all the way down here. Maybe I will just finish this thread off. So if I come down a little bit further, it might help it to stop fraying. I'm just wondering now whether to go down here. Sort of do a not sure if I like it, if I'm honest. No, I don't think I want to. Okay, shouldn't have pulled it out. Yeah. We'll just end off here. Just threading my needle. So I'm wondering if for those, I mean, I know that I heard that Barbara on 49 Dragonflies was talking about terrible weather in Austria, really terrible rain. I know that America is about to be bombarded by a hurricane, and we in the UK are having problems here also with flooding and really heavy rain. But I'm just wondering if anybody in the UK is having problems. I hope you're not. But I know that my son was worried. He lives in Oxford, in the city, and they live close to the river, and yeah, they were worried because they get a warning. So they hadn't had a warning, but they were worried they were going to have one. I'm just going to do a little bit of this turquoisey colour because I really like it, and I could even go back over that because there's plenty of room to do that. But is that my needle? Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm wondering what's going on, why all this. I haven't really checked it out. There'll probably be some sort of reason for it. Well, apart from global warming, that is. Let's see, where shall we do this? There. Here. Yeah, here. I will. Oh, I didn't really want to do that, did I? Oh, I don't think it matters because it's on the edge. I'll just. So I'm just going to go over the lace. The lace is glued down, it's not stitched down, so, and I think it looks quite nice there, so I thought, why not? Yeah, it doesn't detract from it, from the pretty lace, I don't think, although this might because it's brighter. But no, I think it'll be all right. I'm answering myself. Yeah, I mean, I hope everybody is okay and not being flooded out. We can't think of anything worse. Well, I can, but it's terrible. It caused terrible disruption in people's lives. Terrible. I think I'm going to go over the blue, Should I go over this? Yeah, why not? That needs to be glued down if I don't, because I put this on afterwards, I'll go over it. But I might not keep stitching it, this bit. I might just use this as an opportunity to stitch it down. Trying to think what to do. I mean, that's quite a big chunk to be. I don't really want anything one to dominate it, but let's see. I can always pull it out if I'm not happy with it, but I'd rather not be doing that, if I'm honest. Do a back stitch there. Can feel that it's a bit harder to push through there, so the glue is probably in that space. I hope you can see. I'll just check. You should be able to. The light, again, the light's not great for me, but I know it is. It seems to be all right on camera. I might not put this video out today. I might leave it for another day. Oh, big tractors going past. And just do, because editing and what have you takes time, and you know, I'd rather get on and do nice things than be editing today. So I'll probably put this out tomorrow or something. Which today's the Friday, so tomorrow actually I'm going to an antiques fair. I don't think I am going to go over that with this. I think I won't. I did here, but I'm going to be edging this so it'll cover that up, and I don't mind it anyway, even if it is showing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to an antiques fair tomorrow. It comes, I think it's 3 times a year to this area. And it's a good one. And I usually get some nice things. So I give myself a budget. I don't really need anything, if I'm honest, but I want to go and have a look at their fabrics, because I don't usually buy the fabrics from there. But there were, oh, I did buy the 1 year actually. Oh no, I did buy some last year as well. On the last one that I went to, I did buy fabrics. What am I talking about? So yeah, anyway, I'm going to have a look, and no doubt I will see other things, but I'm going to try and stay away from books if I can. I'd rather look at sewing items. Unless there's a very particular book, of course. But I have recently acquired some books from a lovely lady on here. Well, 2 lovely ladies actually. But also I bought some secondhand recently as well. So I'll show you them. I'll do another video of that. But dear Chris and Dee, thank you very much for your generosity and kindness. They both really very lovely ladies, and they're just really lovely support to me, and have been from the start, so I really appreciate them. Right, well, still, I mean, I like it. I'm just wondering how far up, whether to just have a few rows. I don't know. I'll maybe do another one. I mean, another, thread thing. Oh. Sorry, I'm just threading my needle, and I might have a look and see if I can find a pretty piece of lace to go on here as well. I know I've got some lace, but I quite fancy something else. Right, what I'll do is I'll go through here and I'll pull my, because I don't want my thread to be you know, to show on the other side. So if I do this, generally it becomes a bit, yeah, it comes a bit hidden. I'll just pull it a little bit more. Oh, it's not as hidden as I'd like. I mean, if I pull that, there we go. Right. One thing I would absolutely love to do is to do sort of a tour of, I mean, it would be much nicer in the summer, but a tour of antique fairs and things across the UK and maybe even France. I would love to do that. Trouble is, I don't know of anyone who I mean, it's not a problem, I could go on my own, but I don't know of anyone who would want to do it. I don't have friends who do this sort of thing, you know, close friends who live close by. So, you know, nobody, if I asked anyone, they would be, oh, they might want to. I doubt it though. You know, whereas I would sort of try and get to maybe a handful of them over a period of time and stay over in B&Bs or whatever, Airbnbs and things. I think it would be fun. But knowing me, I'd come back with armfuls. I'd probably have to drive because, you know, I'd never carry it all back on the train. Yeah. I think it'd be a nice thing to do though. I don't know, do any of you know of anything that is going on, you know, that people do these sort of sewing retreats and things? Does anybody know of one that's going on in the UK? I don't know of one. I'm not really, I use Facebook, but I don't really to post my things, but I don't really go on it, if you know what I mean. I rarely do anyway. As much as I used to go on all the time, but you know, you get sick of these things. But I did join a few groups, you know, of sewing groups, but I haven't really kept up with them. But maybe I should have a look and see if there's anything happening. But if anybody knows of anything in the UK, I mean, even, you know, Europe, I would travel. So, you know, if there's sort of like a course going on or something, I would love to know. And if there's anybody else who would love to know, hopefully we'll find out. I don't know if it's something Dee or Chris would be interested in. I know we all live quite far away from each other, but if there's anybody else or anybody who knows of anything. It's not so much for, I mean, I would love to learn things. I mean, a course would be nice, but it's more sort of, you know, the contact, the camaraderie, all of that sort of thing, just making new friendships and spending time with other people who like-minded and have the same interest. It'd be lovely. I just don't get that opportunity. None of my friends are interested in this. I know I'm not even sure if they understand it, you know. I mean, people will be kind and say kind things, but I don't think they fully understand it because they're just not interested. And when you're not interested, I think you're sort of, you look and you go, oh yeah, well that's so yeah. Although when I went to my niece's, let's call her mother-in-law, she's a lovely lady, her name's Natalie, she's really lovely, lovely, they're a lovely family. When I went to her house, immediately when I arrived, she showed me all her crafting things, and it was lovely. She was showing she was making pumpkins. All right, so I've got these. I was thinking about putting that on there. I printed it earlier, which is why I had ink on my fingers. So there's a couple of places I could put it there. I mean, I know I've just stitched across, but I don't mind covering the stitch up. I could put it there, or I could put it there. Whoops, I'll close it and see. I'm tempted down there. Or what about there? Well, that's nice. I like it there. If I pull it down a little bit. I think, yeah, I think I like it there. I think I'm going to put it here because it anchors it by having it down here like this. There's just something about it that felt odd anywhere else, so I'm going to leave it there now. I know I was messing about, my needle was going all over the place. There. Right. I think I want to do something here because it feels plain. Just let that settle down into its place. Yeah. Might want some. Oh yes, I was going to put this. I forgot about this. That might have been nice next to it. Or maybe I put this over here. I love that. It's off a pair of trousers of mine, linen trousers, and I love them. But I love that on there as well. Just breaks it up a bit, you know, all the pretty florals. It goes nice there actually. But then it's the same as on the same line as that, so I think I'll put it here. So I'll glue that down. There. Yes, I like that. It just breaks up all of the, you know, pretty patterns and everything. Maybe I should have had a piece of that here. Yeah, I think I should have had something there because it just is just too much. That green might go better at the back here, like there, for example, and I think it actually does. And I could maybe put a piece, just kind of see if I got a piece of lace that might fit nicely there. And sorry, I know I'm being a bit fussy, but I'd rather get it right. This is a pretty bit of lace, just to soften that green. There's a little bit of lace here with some pretty, it's just not the right Actually, I quite like that. Just going to cut this, or yeah, take that off, and yeah, I'm going to put it here on the edge because I felt that it was lining up with this, and I don't like things to line up perfectly, if you know what I mean. Okay, so that's going to go there. So I'm wondering where my white thread is that I used yesterday. Should have been still on here. There it is. Okay. Now where's my needle gone? Oh, I thought I'd put it back in here. Well, it could be anywhere now. Okay, I'll have to use a different needle and look out for it. Well, that's because I got distracted. You want a small needle. Oh, there it is. That's the needle. No, it can't be, because I've just been using the green. Yeah, this is it. That's my needle. I must have put it back in. Well, that's good. No, it's not. It doesn't matter. Yes, it is. Right, I'll just sew this on. So there's going to be a bit of editing for this one. Quite nice to have a little bit of sparkle. I'm just going over the edge of him, doing like an overcast stitch on that edge there. Probably should have done it on the other one as well. I might have done, I just can't remember. I'll do all around actually of this bit because it's fraying a little bit. I'm trying to do it without going through the, you know, there. Although this white cotton is not going to make much difference, this thread, you're not going to see it really. Whoop. Oh. Just thread my needle came off. I'm just trying to go in where I can see it might be an issue if it comes up. Oh dear. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. I've stitched it on in an odd way, but it doesn't matter. I didn't realise it was bent over. I've gone quiet, haven't I? Just concentrating on getting it down. And where I think it might fray, the edges might fray a bit, but I mean, if I give this away to somebody, then I wouldn't want anything to, you know, for it to come away or anything. So I'm trying to be as neat as I can, but also mindful that it could fray a little bit, or it could come, you know, come undone. Oh dear. And it's an ambulance. Well, it's an ambulance car, so it's probably the, you know, those first responder people. There we go. Right. For anyone new to my channel, don't be alarmed. Where I live, there is an ambulance, and well, I would call it emergency services station, not too far away from the little village that I live in, and so I get a disproportionately large amount of that type of traffic coming through. There we go. Isn't that pretty? And then I'm going to sew this on here, and I'm just going to try and do it with what I have left. It was nice to have a little bit of stripe with florals, I think. And just reusing, I mean, these were just the hems, the trousers that I got. I mean, I rarely have to take my trousers up. I'm not tall, but I'm not short either. And so trousers are generally my height, you know, made from, well, just the normal regular length, I mean. But these were really long, so I had to take rather than take them up, I had to take the bottoms off them. But it's given me this pretty fabric to play with. They are my favourite summer trousers. They're just so comfortable. I'll do some, you know, some stitching on this as well. So we're using some thread, but some silk thread, but I'll just want to get this on, and then I can come back to it when I decide what other stitches I'm going to do. I think I'm probably going to put a button, and I was thinking of putting I've got some old, they're not rusty, but they are old pins, and I might put some old pins on the front, or maybe I was thinking of putting some, like a safety pin, an old safety pin with some beads or something through it, and then if they fit through it, and then that might be quite nice as decoration, or just something like that. Oh, that's the 4th time. Okay, we're going for a record here. Yeah, I might do that. Just something else. I want it nice and decorative. I mean, it's not, the fabric speaks for themselves, you know. I don't really need to do any more, but I'd quite like to just be a bit frivolous. Okay, well, that will do for that. So we've got, let's turn that over. Yeah, I like that, and I like this. I like that stitching. It's coming together now. So anyway, I'm going to leave it here and come back to you with more work at another point. I can see what's happened because I've done that stitching. It's pulled it in. I don't know if you can see that. That side is definitely, you know, sort of, yeah, it's not straight anymore. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, then I'm going to leave it here, and I'll be back soon. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.